Hello everyone and welcome to the 9th episode of Kotie's Kingdom. We are back in the study hall that we worked on in the last episode, and I just wanted to appreciate how nice this place turned out to be. I'm so glad that a lot of you guys really liked it, because I spent so long just trying to make this look good, and I was genuinely worried about it because of how I structured it with the two platforms and all that. But yeah, in today's episode, we're going to be killing the Wither. As you can see, I managed to get 2 more Wither Skeleton Skulls, and it didn't actually take too long. Before we go ahead and work on getting more of the gear that we need, I actually just want to head into the Nether and kind of show you what I did in order to try and get more Wither Skeletons. So if you guys didn't know, Wither Skeletons are a part of the mob cap, obviously. And if you have a lot of mobs in the Nether, such as pigmen, then you won't really get too many Wither Skeletons spawning because the pigmen are taking up all the spots. And whoa, they're all aggroed at me. I forgot about this. If we come up here inside of the Nether, you can see this is kind of like my spot. We it is not the nicest nor the safest, as you can see. What happened with the pigman, by the way, is I was fighting a ghast and I shot an arrow somewhat like this. And as you can see, I have no idea where it lands. But I ended up hitting a pigman with the arrow or something like that, because they were all so angry at me, and it was just horrible. And now I'm forced to kill them because there's no way I can move across if so. And that's just basically how it's been ever since. I've been having to kill all of these guys because they don't like me anymore. They really don't. But yeah, if we head on over here, this is the main place where I've actually been fighting with the skeletons. There is one right here, for instance. Let's see. Are we lucky? No. I'm just going to leave all the drops because I don't really want any bones. We have a skeleton farm, and the coal I've got a lot of. I mined a lot of coal. But yeah, as you can see, this is kind of what I've been working on here down low. I started to half slab a lot of the area whilst just waiting for spawns. And I've gone ahead and done a decent job, I'd say. This is just for like one inventory full of slabs, so it's not really the most, which means we still got a lot of pigmen spawning. But it definitely does help towards them not spawning right there. So hopefully this helped me to get a lot of Wither Skeletons. And then I also went ahead and put a few slabs here, as well as just dug out some of these ways here, because I noticed that the Wither Skeletons tend to spawn up here a lot. So they, like, I have to walk close to them and have them walk down from here before I can even consider hitting them. So I thought it would just be a lot easier if I got rid of that line and they can still spawn there, because it's still a part of the platforms they can spawn on. Yeah, I'm kind of debating where I want to fight the Wither. Oh, nice shot, Blaze. Because on one hand, we can easy spot it, right? We can just find an easy spot. Ooh, an easy place to sort of just kill it and not having to worry about it. But on the other hand, this is our first Wither fight, right? Like, I gotta meet up to my name and just well, I don't really know what name that is, but I have to try and fight him basically. Like, there's no way I can just take the easy way out, is there? But I don't know where we would go ahead and fight him, for the simple reason that I don't want to blow up anything important. And I'm kind of annoyed with blazes, by the way. I was considering setting up a blaze farm recently, and I'm just not going to. Not until they fix the bug. Basically, if you shoot a blaze, any of the blazes in the area will kind of just get mad at you, no matter how far they are away. And even if they can't see you, like this guy in here is mad at me, and he's trying to kill me, but he can't see me. But besides that, as you can see, we have 4 Wither Skeleton Skulls now. I really didn't expect to get another one, because I spent so long trying to get the first ones. But yeah, so as I said, I'm struggling to figure out where I want to fight this guy, just for the simple reason that I don't want to blow up too much stuff, as I said. And it would be horrible if we placed it in the wrong area and just blew up like animals and such. But if you guys didn't know, there's this new thing called the Wither Rose, right? And I think that has to do with withers blowing up, or withers killing monsters or animals. So I was thinking we could kind of use that to our advantage and get hold of this Wither Rose, because you can set up a really good mob farm with it. And it's just overall cool to have a flower that withers you when you walk into it. So I think we're actually going to have to experiment with that, just because it's also new. Before we go ahead and set up the platform to where we're going to be killing these withers, I want to work on my armor and my weaponry, because we don't really have the greatest stuff. I added infinity to this bow, but it's still only power 3, which honestly isn't really the nicest when having to fight a wither, because I would prefer if we can take him down quite quickly. Now, most of my levels are actually going to be spent towards weaponry just because I've got sharpness 3 and power 3, and I'm not really the biggest fan of those two. And we can go ahead and buy armor, I think, and we can just kind of like see what's good and then just combine it with what we have at the moment. Although what we have actually seems pretty decent. I don't, to be honest, I don't know if it's decent. I think that one thing that I would want new of is either boots or helmet, because this one has fire protection. Not really going to help us too much against the wither. And as you can see, it only gives 2 armor toughness. I don't actually know if that's normal. It looks to be. And these ones don't have any form of protection either. They have feather falling and that's it. Whilst we're sitting here with protection 3 on both of these, as well as some projectile protection. Kind of wish I had blast as well. So I think we're just going to go ahead and buy helmet and boots, and they cost up to 40 total. But still, like, the fact that I don't have to spend any of my diamonds on this is just fantastic. We're going to go ahead and grab some lapis here and look for some string. Hopefully I have more than that. Yes, I haven't been spending it on scaffolding for the simple reason that I knew I'd need it for something else. And we're also going to go ahead and buy ourselves or make ourselves a sword if we don't have one. We do. I kind of don't want to enchant it because it is like breaking, so we're just going to go ahead and make ourselves a new one. And then we're going to start heading over to the study hall, and it feels weird having a place where I can actually enchant stuff. It is awesome, to be honest. Like having to go in here and just go over to this place, oh, it feels so nice. So we're going to see what we can get on several things. I want to aim for power 4, and this is not the nicest, is it? No, definitely not. I was meant to disenchant this armor, and I feel like we need a grindstone somewhere. Maybe like right here or something. Since this spot is just kind of like a random wall or something. But yeah, what to do? I'm at level 36, which means if I enchant something, I'll go down to 33. Then we can do another one and a third one. And that means that we'll end up with 3 different enchantments. So I think we're going to have to spend a level 3 enchantment and not just level 1 and see what we can get. It kind of sucks because I would want to be secure with my enchantments right now because we don't have much to go off of. And I'm honestly not going to... I'm not going to AFK at the Skelly farm for any mobs. Plus, I honestly haven't fixed it yet. It's still a little bit broken, so I think we're gonna have to wait with that. But another thing we could do is just mine quartz. It's like the easiest way of getting quick XP. But instead, I thought we could just have a look to see what we can get on these things. And surely there is a protection 3 on the helmet. And the reason why I'm gonna go for the helmet is because we've already got feather falling on these boots, so I wouldn't actually mind just changing out the helmet for something like this. And that is a good helmet, I think. I don't actually know if it is. But we're gonna just see power 3, unbreaking 3. Do we get the power 3 and combine it? I think that's what we do. Of course that's the only thing I get. And then unbreaking 3, do we do it? It is risky, but I'm gonna go for it. Smite, that is actually really good. I don't actually know. I believe the wither is an undead creature because of it coming from wither skeletons, and they are undead. So I think this actually will do more damage than our diamond sword. So what this means overall is that we are pretty much good to go in terms of gear. I don't know if I have good gear, to be honest. I don't know if this is like underpowering myself with the new armor stuff, but we're just gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and combine these 2 bows and see which one's the cheapest. Yeah, I was thinking usually it's the most expensive one first, which honestly doesn't make sense. But we're gonna go ahead and put this sword away as well as this gear here. I don't think I'll need a pickaxe or an axe or shovel. We're gonna need to save one of these bad boys, and besides that, I think everything's just gonna go in this chest. Like absolutely everything, exception of an arrow. I'm gonna go ahead and get some blocks as well because I feel like having blocks just in case we do run into trouble is a really good idea. And then the other thing we need to do, guys, is we need to work on setting up some kind of place full of mobs, like animals, where we can just kill them with the wither. Because I want to get as many wither rows as possible to see what kind of farm we can end up making. It would be awesome if we'd make some kind of like passive or overall overworld mob farm where we place down like grass and then it spawns both sheep, cows, skeletons, zombies, all that stuff, and it just ends up overall being... Oh, I knew that'd blow up. I'm not even going to pick up the blocks. I'll repair it. I will. Trust me. And the reason why I'm saying that is because it bugs me if I don't. But I'm just going to go ahead and go over to this area. The farming area. I think that might actually be a really, really good place to try and do this because although I'll blow up the place, like the only thing we have going on over there is a sheep farm, a cow farm, a sugarcane farm, and some trees. That is pretty much it, which means there's a lot of cows, there's a lot of sheep, and that equals a lot of wither rows if I can go ahead and collect them properly. And I can two-hit you now. So overall, I think if I do breed up the cows a little more and I manage to either save 2 or just let him kill all of them, then we can get a lot of... Oh, okay. I need to sleep. Oh, that was too close. I did not expect him to start blowing up there because I was on top of the little place here. But yeah, I'm thinking we take some of these barrels here and breed all of the animals. The only thing that's going to bug me is him breaking all the sugarcane and all that, but I might honestly just collect it beforehand. I don't really care too much about the wheat farm. I don't think he'll blow it up too much anyway, because I doubt that he would aim for it. Oh, no. I know it sounds pretty cruel to kill as many monsters or animals as we can, but let's be honest, guys. I was going to kill them anyway, exception of the sheep, just because obviously we're farming wool for them, and I'm going to need them for the sheep farm. But it's so easy to set up an animal farm. Like, if you have 2 animals alive, then you're pretty much good to go. So I think we are just going to breed them up as much as possible. And the only thing I'm concerned about, by the way, is that can the wither rows get blown up by the wither? It wouldn't make sense if it could. It's definitely something that I'm quickly going to look up, because if that is the case, then we wouldn't actually be able to do it. So after looking it up, it seems like I can find anything. I just checked a wiki, so if there's any other place that said anything, then that is kind of too late now, because we are going to do the fight, and we're going to do it right here. It sounds so dumb. It sounds so dumb to do my farm, or spawn the wither, right where I do all my farming, right? But to be honest, like, all this is going to get replaced soon anyway when we start, working on the kingdom. I definitely want to have a proper sheep farm. I want to have a proper food farm so that I don't have to manually get food. And my sugarcane farm should be automated. Wheat farm I don't really need, I think. Maybe just for the cows. And besides that, trees are like trees you can just grow again. So I'm not really too concerned about this. So oh god, let's see. Yeah, I'm ready to fight this guy. Now I could have chose the crossbow to fight him with to kind of like see how that works against him. But honestly, I feel like the bow is still more powerful because of how you can, yeah, I feel like I have more control over when I want to shoot it because I don't have to charge it all the time. And obviously you can make the crossbow really fast with charging, but it's just the whole fact that it has to do it. It's so annoying to me that I feel like a bow is just a lot better. But let's go ahead and spawn the wither. And we did sleep in a bed, which is nice. Withering hides. Got the advancement. I'm actually going to wait with killing him just because I want to see if he should be targeting all the monsters first. Whoa. That blew up a lot more than I thought it would. And he's oh, I thought he was invisible for a second. Okay, so as said, I don't know if this rose blows up. I see it a lot. I see a lot of them. I just went ahead and turned down sounds because it was quite crazy. As said, I'm just going to be checking where all of the wither roses are at because that is primarily what we're here to get. It sounds horrible because obviously I want a beacon, but the wither roses right here is the real thing. They are the real thing that we came for, which means I'm honestly just gonna let him kill everything. And it looks like some of them actually just place down and that he can destroy them himself. So I have to be very like ops with just having to go around and pick them up because I don't want them to blow up. Because if he can pick them up, then I'm sure he can also blow them up himself. So it's definitely a challenge. Also because I'm taking a lot of damage here. Mainly because I am in the sheep pen. That's probably not a good idea. He's dealing a crap amount of damage. And it also looks like that the roses have just... I've walked into so many of them already. I'm going to go ahead and put food on my second toolbar here. And my god, why is he hovering right above me? I need to just run all the time because I need to get my saturation down in order to eat food. Because he's just on me now. I think he's given up with all the cows, and he's just decided that it is my time. And I'm not going to let him. I'm definitely not going to let him. He's in sword mode now, which means I need to run because, holy crap, he is doing so much damage here. And he's so easy to kill with smite. What? That was overpowered. So it seems to be that Oh my, oh my. Okay, it seems to be that the bow stage is kind of like the hardest part of the wither, which means if you can get him down on ground stage, like even before you go ahead and like if you can get him down on ground stage to begin with, then you don't have to even care about like whether or not you oh, he blew up this crate. Obviously he blew up this crate. Yeah, you don't have to care about him at all because he's super easy to kill. I'm just walking around trying to see if we can find some wither roses, maybe inside of the sugarcane farm or something, because I feel bad for all my animals, because obviously they were having such a peaceful day in their lovely little pen. You guys saw how much space they had available. Definitely the cows at some point. They had so much space. It was incredible. They lived a horrible life, guys. It is horrible. We're back home in the base, and I have gone ahead and crafted a beacon, as well as picked up all the wither roses that we got. Managed to get a stack and 17, which I overall think is really good. And yeah, we got the beacon. I don't have enough blocks to make a full beacon. I've only got about 65. But I thought we could still set up the beacon for now, just right here temporarily, so I could get haste 1. And then I kind of wanted to ask you guys what you think or where you think we should place the beacon in the base. I will be moving it around a lot just because I want to do a lot of mining sessions with it, but I thought it would be pretty good to just place it right here. But yeah, we can go ahead and select from the first row here, as you can see, either speed or haste. I'm obviously going to go for haste so that I can mine a little bit faster around the base. And let me see, what is the range on this thing? Does it refresh it? It does actually. But yeah, another thing that I've been working on is down here, just trying to make this area look a little nicer. I did run into a few problems with, for instance, this door not being in the middle. I don't know how I designed this. And then besides that, I added some fences around here, as well as try to make this thing work with the pillar around the place. And I generally think it looks alright. I've gone ahead and changed out some of the floor as well, and I thought that at the end of the episode, we could just kind of try and see if we could work on this a little bit together. And I kind of want some feedback on what you guys think regarding this. I want to go ahead and add a lot more grass and kind of make it feel like I want to add so much nature to this, just because every time we add some greenery to the base, I just feel like it looks so good. So it's definitely something that I really want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and add a lot of dirt and grass to this, and let's quickly have a look. It definitely does look a lot different. I'm going to have to obviously change out all of it, even the ground that they're stood on, as well as these rails. Is that fine? Not really. It doesn't really matter if we move any of them because they are fine in the position we give them. For some reason can't place this lamp back. There you go. But yeah, I think overall this is gonna look a lot nicer than just having stone everywhere, just because the walls made out of stone, the roof's made out of stone, so it would be quite nice if just at least the floor wasn't. And I thought, what better way to add some more color into this than just put a little bit of grass in here. I generally just feel like it adds a lot more to the build instead of just having plain stone everywhere, because that is something that I really struggle with, just figuring out how to make the build stand out because it's just stone. But yeah, let's go ahead and have a look over here. This is where the stone part building is. And then if we have a look at this over here, we're adding a lot more grass to it. And I generally just think that this is the way to go. Without a doubt, we'll add a... oh, I can't use this as bone meal. We'll add some like little bit of tall grass as such. And it's just going to make the villagers actually feel like they are in a proper place. I know it's not really fully outdoor, but it gives a little bit of a better like picture to the market. And it also is nice having this kind of like path here that leads to it, so that we can so it's more defined with where all the stalls are and where you kind of need to go in order to buy stuff from these markets. Another thing is that I'd like to expand in this way. And I just noticed that the beacon doesn't actually reach down here, which is what I was hoping for. So I might temporarily move it down here. But yeah, I wanted to expand a lot that way so we could have a lot more stuff going on with villages. And I know I said I wouldn't because of the rail right there, but I generally feel like we need to in order to add a lot more space. But obviously I don't have any more villages, so it's not really something we need to do anytime soon. because there's no point in expanding the market if we can't even fill out all the current stalls, and this one is still empty. But yeah, guys, I think that is actually all I've got time for today's episode. I managed to defy the wither. I spent a lot longer getting prepared for that than I thought I would. So I was gonna work on something else in this episode, but I've just decided to take a little bit of a step back and kind of wait with it, because I was gonna build a furnace array, but I'm not sure if how I want to go by building it, and that's all. So I think that's where we're going to leave it for today's episode. If you guys did enjoy the episode, then make sure to leave a like. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. As per usual, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, and goodbye.